Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. It's Tuesday, Two for Tuesday. That's right, Twisted Tuesday. Carol Bandolino's in the house. It's Tuesday, September 23rd. Yesterday was the first day of autumn, and boy, like I said, one day it was hot in July. Next thing you know, we're gonna have winter coming right around the corner. They're saying predicting snow here in Illinois in November.
Oh,
this
God.
year. Late October, early November. So check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military, of course, our veterans, and for you wonderful people who take the time and watch the show. It's a little fun today. We're going to have some fun. We'll talk about everything, but let's go to war. Yeah, it's that thing, man. It's that time. It's that day, Twisted Tuesday, and we got so much to talk. I mean, you know, there's a lot of crap. Like we keep hearing the same crap. It's just, man, it's still mind-boggling to me that every story that we hear is always like we don't even say, "Oh my God," anymore.
No,
right? It's like,
no, just nod our head.
Another story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not our head. It's just a completely different story. But one thing we do know that's always good is our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place, buy local, shop local. This day sale is good only through September 30th, 50% off. $50 off Weber Spirit Traveler grills, $100 off any Weber Genesis grills. Buy any select Milwaukee M18 power tools and receive a M18 red lithium battery. Now, totally, it's $169 value with that battery. Pretty cool. 25% off key start replacement keys. Always be prepared for a spare key. Our friends from Ace. And the Ace Minute quick update on grub worms. Be advised that they're lurking in your yards right now, those end of the summer hot days. And that's what it is right now when it's damp and cool at night. And that's when they keep coming up and they nibble on the roots of your grass until they eat all the roots and the grass is dead. The JRC, a group will stay and stop them right in their tracks, giving them a $1 killer plus available at all 7 locations, kills grubs in just 24 hours. Ace is the place, buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Carol, what's going on your end over there on the wonderful south side of Chi-Town? The Yankees will be playing the White Sox today. So south side, how's it doing?
All right. I'm in Chicago Heights today, a little traveling for work, doing a conference, attending a conference, I should say. And, we get a nice little break for lunch. So I just set up shop back here like I always do and make myself at home. And
you're ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. You can't beat that, all the good stuff that, you're lucky that we got jobs right now. Thank God that we're all still doing these things and doing what we kind of love, which is kind of cool. All right, let's get this. I just talked to Jeff Hunt today. He was telling me about his tour stopped in San Francisco. He was here yesterday, and guess today is the first show there. He's on the show with Twilight, and what they do is they show the movie Twilight, and there's an orchestra, a 16-piece orchestra that plays the music behind the film. I asked him if he's seen the film. He did. Yeah. I didn't either. That's not. I like vampires, but not the lovey-dovey ones like Twilight. But anyway. So he goes, he hasn't seen the movie. I go, maybe you see the movie first. Then when you watch, you might, get it. But hey, whatever. So, but he said the streets of San Francisco with everybody walking around, drugs, there's bowls and needles everywhere on that certain part of San Francisco. He goes, it makes Chicago look like a paradise of this particular downtown.
Did he send you pictures?
Yes. Did you see those pictures of people on the street?
Unbelievable. It looks like It looks like, I'm sorry, if you look at like the worst parts of maybe Cabrini Green, it's San Francisco. We never looked at San Francisco like that before ever. This was a beautiful, sunny, beautiful place with beaches. I mean, it looks terrible. It's sad. It's very sad.
It really does. And one lady went up to him. She goes, she was talking to him, I guess, and they were just talking in general, whatever it is. And she goes, "Where are you from?" And he goes, "We're from Chicago." He goes, "Oh," he goes, "No, we don't have this. We have this in Chicago, but they're not roaming the streets because it's cold in Chicago. So that's why they come into California or Florida. That's where they come, and they can. It doesn't get cold. They can live under the bridges. They can do whatever they want. It's just crazy when he told me that.
Yeah,
just nuts. Really does. Here, a question I'm going to ask everybody that's watching right now. You get a call from a friend of yours, man or woman, could be a family member, and you get a call saying, "I'm going to commit suicide." Now, what they say is if they tell you they're going to commit suicide, they're not really going to commit suicide if they're really planning to do it. I'm going to tell you a quick story. My manager, the great Phil Vaughn, was sick, heavy set, always had health problems. So he was going to have an operation where they're going to cut his leg off. And, he was very depressed, everything like that. But they found a way that they were going to replace it with a fake leg. And the way the car was, they can set up something in the car so the handicap can still drive with one leg. So he was feeling very happy about that after it was done. About 6-7 months go by. Now he's always a very happy guy, great music manager. He produced my Me and Mrs. Jones video and CD. He used to produce the Buckinghams, the band out of Chicago. He had a lot to do with music. Anyway, so and every Monday house, I would drop off his commission check and we'd go over business for the week. So then he finds the news that they're going to have to cut off his other leg. The diabetes and everything was so bad. And for like 2 weeks, he was fine, laughing. We went out. He had a great time, blah, blah, blah. I talked to him on Sunday. "Yeah, all right, man. Everything's going to be cool. I'll see you. We'll talk, and I'll bring over some lunch." And I went to the house, and I knocked on the door. Usually he sleeps late. The cleaning lady was there, and she was cleaning the house, but didn't go into his bedroom yet. And I go, "Well, he's sleeping. Don't worry about it." I just left the check, and I left him some food in the fridge. And I left. About 2 hours later, I get a call. He blew his brains out. Blew his brains out. Nobody knew, didn't tell anybody. And the day before, he was happy as all hell. At least he showed it he was happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He puts that on. Well, they do that every day. People do that every day. And it was just weird. So what do you asking people that are watching right now, has that ever happened to you where someone would actually call and say those things to you? Or what do you do when you get a stress call like that?
I'll tell you, if somebody did call, I never had anybody say that, any of my friends. But I think when someone's depressed, and I think you're right. They don't talk about it as much. I think you could just see a change in maybe their attitude or what they're normally like. If you see them completely check out and be very different from what they normally are, my normal might be very different from somebody else's normal. And, you got to check on people. No. They just say, ask, "Are you okay?" Just ask. If you're thinking it, don't worry about offending somebody. I've asked many people, "Are you okay? Is there anything I can do for you? Are you thinking?" You have to ask.
I agree. Sometimes that little text or a little, "Hey man, what's going on? Just checking in, see how you're doing." But like I said, this gentleman he didn't change his attitude after they cut his leg off. I mean, he was like, okay. I mean, every time he talked to me, at least, every time he was around the people they was with, you would never know. Prankster, always having, always digging at people, doing what he was doing. So, I didn't see him make that drastic mood change. But to get that call has to be just horrible. And I just can't imagine. For some reason, I'm not seeing anybody. I know they're online. I just can't see the comments.
Me neither.
On my end
I can't see anybody. I can't see anybody either today, which is odd.
No. Yeah. I don't see
I see
the
him.
little
I see him
light.
now. I see him now.
Okay,
you know what? Hit the chat button. Is there a chat button on your
I do. And usually there's a light.
Okay.
And right now on my side, there isn't. All right. But so anyway, anybody that's watching, whatever it is, sorry, I can't see anything as of right now. My chat light did not go on, but that's just crazy how that happens over there.
Yeah.
It really is. Yesterday I did really nothing. I went to go see, went to real time wind fishing last night with my buddy Carlo, caught nothing at all. And of course, we went to Real Time Sports and watched the Lions against the Detroit Lions against the Baltimore Ravens, and everybody was picking the Ravens. Of course, the Lions beat them at the end at 38-30. It was a real interesting game, a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of friends from my old Thirsty Whale days, Fritzy and Tommy Callahan, and my friend Marcy from Jilly's. It was really cool seeing some people I don't get to see too often, but they were all there and watching the game, which was very cool. And this morning I had breakfast with my good friend Jerry Jams Renda and Carlo Joseph this morning. So it was a decent morning. All right. Now you hear Carol Kimball off the air and now coming back after a week suspension. Now, the reports we know the reports of the comment that he said. That's why they fired him. But then they said they were losing $50 million a year with this guy, and 75% of his demographic stopped watching him. So what do you think? What do you think, and everybody that's listening, what do you think his attitude's going to be now? Because what they were upset about was you can make fun of the president, vice president. You can't make fun of the people that vote for the president. Saturday Night Live would always make fun of the president.
Yeah.
They remember they would always, but they would never rip on the people that are voting for him. And I think that's what hurt him. But now he's going to come back. So makes you wonder. But Kimball is really weird because if you remember 20 years ago, that Dickie Barrett was a guy that used to introduce him. He fired him because he wouldn't get vaccinated. That's why that guy lost his job.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've just found that out myself today. What do you think his attitude's going to be? And not only him, but with Fallon and Myers, Seth Meyers, and The View. Do you think that they're all going to calm down now?
They might. Maybe they made a little example out of him. I think it was like a knee-jerk reaction during a very highly emotional time with everything that was going on with Charlie Kirk, right? I think everybody's emotions, we were on high, He should have said what he said, and should he have been fired for it or taken off? Probably not. Look, you don't want to set that precedence anywhere. We don't want it, right? We don't want cancel culture. We don't want, we want freedom of speech. The thing is he whined and he bitched, but I read that he was talking about his crew. Look, you don't want all these people to lose their jobs. I'd feel like an asshole if because of me, right? That all these people that have families, they've been working all this time, now they're just going to lose their jobs. So I think that's what he went in there talking about, more about everybody that he works with. But the thing is his ratings are down. They're down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think they used that in addition to what he said to give him the boot. But because of the backlash, because of all this bullshit right now, they brought him back on. And, just to probably just not even save face, but just not wanting the drama of it all. Let the guy go on. You know what? He's going to bury himself. Because if he keeps doing what he's been doing, he's really sucking.
He will definitely lose his job next time. And look, remember he made fun of Tucker Carlson when he got fired from Fox News?
Right. I mean, he's an idiot. Karma.
He made fun of Tucker Carlson when he lost his job.
Right.
And he probably has a contract, so I'm sure he still got paid. The guy's worth millions of dollars. I feel bad for his lighting crew and his people that work for him. I don't feel bad for his writers because him and his writers probably all think the same. And he has writers that writes for him, plus his own input that he puts in. I feel bad for their fan, but it is what it is. And now I'm sure he was probably going to do a lawsuit, and I'm sure that would be going on. Probably still has a lawsuit, but he got his job back. But I'm wondering what Fallon, because Fallon was borderline. Myers I never really listened to. Fallon I didn't really listen to much either. But The View, they're probably really watching The View, and they've went on a line many times, not only with just politics, but just when certain situations. I'd like to see what happens with The View. I like to see what happens with The View, if they're going to keep it on or they're going to change their tone.
Well, they must have ratings. They must, because really ratings is what makes the call. You know what I mean? If you're losing money for a station, they're not going to keep you on because it's about the mighty dollar. We know this. It's business. So they must have ratings, which actually scares me. But you know how they say your haters watch you more? The haters watch more, right? So I get that to a point, but even though I couldn't stand them at the last 10 years, I couldn't even watch them. Even though I couldn't stand them, I still couldn't watch them. I couldn't. It would make my blood boil, and I felt dumber for watching it. I don't know how to explain it. I couldn't even watch them, and I couldn't stand them.
I agree with you. It's going to be interesting moving forward how that's going to be. You're watching Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Carol Brandolino. It's Twisted Tuesday. How about our good friend Mary Grievous on her real estate, buying, selling your home? It's time to do what you got to do. Don't call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate, M. Grievous at StarkRE.com, 630-688-1725. And then, of course, talk to Mary about the Chicago Music Cruise happening January 17th to the 25th, 2026, the MSC World America, 7-night Western Caribbean cruise, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Ocean Cay. Of course, that's Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, and of course, Seventh Heaven, the ringleaders themselves. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and say, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean. Not that far away, folks. All right. A woman, women out there, very interesting. You want to make extra money. Here it is. Mm-hmm. Women earn up to $1,000 a day selling breast milk to bodybuilders. They call it liquid gold, and they can get $2 per ounce.
Damn. I wish I could do that again. It's just not going to, not in the books.
There you go. $1,000 a day, $2 an ounce. They call it liquid gold. I don't know what it is.
It's colostrum. I mean, this breast milk has all of this, for your immune system. That's why the second you have a baby, like I remember I had a C-section, and immediately right after that, they put the baby there to get this. It's called colostrum. I think it's like the very first breast milk that comes out. It's supposed to be the best thing for the immune system for the baby. And then breast milk in general is just the best thing for the baby, for immune system, building that up, your health, all of it. So I believe that, but I don't know if you've ever tasted breast milk. I have. It is terrible. No. I mean, terrible. Not that you would. I don't know why you would, but I mean, like, if you used to pour it on.
Right, exactly.
Most women do, because I think they're just curious. Like after they put it in a thing, they taste
it. Pour it on the what's. Oh
yeah, and it's.
I haven't done that yet either, but yeah. So I can imagine. But the women out there, there it is. If you can earn up to $1,000 a day. Wow. Another thing, Ocean's Pit. Thanks for watching, Carol. Let's pretend you were the guy who assassinated Charlie Kirk. Say your kid or kids came to you, and I'm asking everybody that's watching, your kids come up to you and told you, I killed somebody. The question is, he did exactly that. Two moms were getting some shit from school because they turned their two kids in for doing something. I didn't know exactly what the story was, but one was 12 and one was 13, and they turned them over to the police. What do you do in that situation? Your two kids come up to you and say, I killed somebody. As a mom, as a parent.
Honestly, I don't even know if I have an answer for that, because I'm not in that situation. And I only think you can answer that is if it happens, because I don't think we know until something happens. I don't think I could turn oh God, I don't even know. I really don't. I don't ever want to face that, but it's very difficult.
Yeah. Think about that dad, Carol, and that family. You'd have to move out of the town. You have to change your name.
Yeah. Or people, like he's saying, Danny, shuffle them off to Sicily or Greece. Like, I don't know if you think they're sick. No one wants to do that to their kid. They just don't. I mean, it's your child. You love them. Of course, you can't imagine them killing somebody. There's obviously something wrong with them if you do that. We all think about our children very differently. We know them. and you want them to get help or just not spend the rest of their life in prison. So I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I can't imagine what the dad feels like.
So I can't imagine. And yeah, I just let you guys know I can't see any comments, but Carol can. So when anything comes up, Carol, let me know. All right. Here's a story that I've been following for the last couple of days, and then I find out it's not true. Some people say it was, some people say it wasn't. This lady's name is Linda Andrews. Oh, she's Illinois, works for an Illinois morgue, and she stole human testicles to put in her homemade spaghetti sauce to win.
I was just going to say, was she making soup? I was just going to say.
She was making pasta, and they said she did it. She got arrested, and then they say the story is not true. But you know what? I heard some crazy stories about people that go to morgues and have sex with dead bodies and shit. So this would be something that like, what do they call those?
I mean, nymphomania. No, not nympho. That means you want to have it all the time. Oh my God, what is it called when you have them with dead people? Oh, necrophilia. I had to go to my Greek word dictionary in my head because I was like, what does
that even sounds Greek? That name even sounds, that name word even sounds Greek.
Right. So necrophilia. That's what it's called.
Necrophilia. All right. So the story is not true about the woman.
Sheep, dead person. What's it? I don't know. Is there a difference?
There is no difference. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. How about this gentleman? Have you ever heard of a guy named Nicholas DeBar? Well, he's got the world's largest tongue, wider than an iPhone, 14 Max iPhone, 10 to 14 inches. So it's Gene Simmons got the long one. I think Gene Simmons can get it down to here. This guy's got the wide one. When it comes out, it looks like an iPhone. This is actually, it says it's the iPhone 14 Max. Do you imagine that thing?
How does he keep it in his mouth? It just has to hang out like a dog that's panting. It's got to just hang out of his mouth all day, which is not attractive. So what are you going to do with that thing?
I don't know. It's got to be. That's amazing. Wow. I can just imagine that. All right. Well, maybe his wife's happy. But besides that, who knows? You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Danny Mazzi, go to Armando's and get your stuff. Got a busy schedule, folks. Wednesday we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle with Tony Toto. That's an outside patio show. Thursday, returning to Positanos with Lisa P. and Jerry Jams. Friday, returning to Chicago Prime, and I'll finally be there now every Friday from then on because I had a couple Fridays off because of the summer. And then Saturday, we're returning to my favorite outside patio, voted the #1 outside patio in the suburbs of Chicago. My good friend Jennifer and Greg, of course, from Taverna on Division. I'll be there with Tony Toto, 8 o'clock. Weather permitting, we will be outside, and hopefully the weather is still good. Michael,
so people are saying on the side there that it takes a lot of balls to do that. I guess to do what she did takes a lot of balls. And then, somebody said, write it. And I don't even know what they're talking about. What are you talking about? The tongue? Like, is that what they're talking about? It's like a slip and slide. What do you want to do? What are you going to do with that thing?
I guess so. Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, we got some. Now we know where all your minds are, the people that are watching the show. Absolutely. As a friend, this came up on Facebook. See what you think. Let's talk about this. Why do people say that they are married to one another when you know that it's not true? Also, why would a man wear a wedding band on his left hand knowing that he's not even married? What is society coming to? Is this a new fad? I don't know anybody that's told me that they were married and they're not.
Me neither. And
I won't mention the woman who posted it, but
okay,
it's on her Facebook page. I've never heard of that. And then where's a wedding ring too?
Well, now some women might wear one just to not be approached. Maybe.
Yes,
right.
I heard that.
But Tina and I were just saying, so we took a little girls' weekend, a day and a half. Like we took Laura's advice. Laura was talking about how you need to check out decompress,
Yep.
get away. And
Yep.
we did, Laura did it alone. Gina and I did it together, but without the kids, because we take the kids a
Yep.
lot. So we did.
Yeah.
We went to, out by Lake Geneva. We went and had a good time out there. We had so much fun over the weekend, but we noticed so many men out without wedding rings. And then as we ran into this big group of guys, very nice guys. There was some big golf tournament going on, and they were all at that Champs Bar in downtown Lake Geneva over the weekend. And there was a bachelorette party, which I have a great story about that. But these guys were all there, younger guys. And of course, it just happens, it's like a magnet, that these guys ended up being from Bridgeport. So we know a lot of the same people. So we ended up kind of hanging out with them. They were great guys, very, very nice, very gentlemen, but they were all married. But I think maybe one had a ring on. And I'm like, where the hell's your ring? Where's your ring? I was busting their balls the whole time.
Well, does anybody ever tell you why they don't?
Well, one of them said, well, and I think it's bullshit. And I called him out on it. I'm like, oh, really? You're at a bar with a bunch of girls at a bachelorette party. This guy was holding master class there. We were in a busy bar, master class. I was impressed. He was standing there talking, and there were like 4 or 5 women like this. They were just listening to him. They were drunk women.
Like he was gospel, like he was speaking the gospel.
Like the gospel. I said, oh my God, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. You're holding master class over there, and they are all listening to you. I don't know what you're saying. But yeah, he said that some of them said they didn't wear their rings because they didn't want, to lose it. They were, sometimes if you drink, you maybe go out partying, drink it with your friends. You don't want to lose it. But then how could you lose it unless you take it off? Which you should.
I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you something. You should. Funny, this story came up when Laura was away. She had a little getaway. She was looking outside on the balcony, looking outside, and there was a group of guys, and they were out the night before. One of them had just lost his wedding ring, just got married. He actually hired a scuba diving company to come in and go underwater with metal detectors to actually find the ring. Now, did he lose it? Excellent. Was it too big? I don't know what it was. Or is it an excuse to tell the wife, oh my God, it came out. Look, I even hired a scuba diving. They were young. And Laura was telling me that. So it's kind of funny how this story all goes into place.
Danny Mazzy said it affects your golf swing. Give me a break. Come up with every excuse in the book. It affects your golf swing. It affects throwing a football. What? Putting a mitt on?
Yeah.
What else?
Well,
are you saying
we know the sports guys take them off when they play and they put them back on when the game is over. I know that. I heard that before. That before.
That's fair.
Sure, that makes sense. That makes sense. I can understand that.
Right. Okay.
But if you're, if you're a hand modeler and you do it for a living, maybe you're not supposed to wear jewelry. Okay, maybe a little. Okay, I can believe that. If you have to look at their hands and they're all fucking, dirty and shit. Oh, I'm a hand model. Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
in the summer, you're screwed because you'll have a tan line. In the summer, you're screwed because you will have a tan line, right?
Absolutely.
You got that tan line right there. So unless you put some makeup on that bad boy, I don't know.
And people have to react to that.
There's this meme I saw. It's hilarious. It says, my wife has been, you're going to like this. I thought about you when I read this one. My wife has been missing for a week. The police told me that I should probably prepare for the worst. So I went to Goodwill and got all her clothes back.
Oh my God.
What a scumbag.
Oh, that's horrible. Hey, look at this. The worst part about kissing a perfect 10 is how cold the mirror feels on your lips. Okay, thank you. Very good. Now, you want to laugh. Now, 1970, how many years ago was that? 30 years?
Well, 30.
40?
I mean, 1970, 50. What was it, 70? Well, I'm 73, I'm 52. So, yeah, it's going to be 49
All right.
years.
And just look at the pricing. Okay. In the new house in 1970, a new house would cost $23,450. For the average income of a person in 1970 was $9,400 a year. A new car, you can buy one for $3,450. Minimum wage was $2.10. Movie ticket was $1.55. Gasoline was 36 cents a gallon. Postage stamp was 6 cents. Sugar was 39 cents for a 5-pound bag. Milk was 62 cents a gallon. Coffee was $1.90 a pound. and eggs were 59 cents a dozen.
Oh my God. And people were living. We were all living, right? We were doing okay, but everything's so expensive now. So,
Wow. And
yep.
that's 15 years ago. Now, granted, everything changes.
Yeah, of course.
This is something that's kind of weird. I don't know why it really relates to anything, but if you're from Ireland, Ireland stands alone as the only country in the world with fewer people today than it had back in 1800.
That doesn't make sense to me, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
My friend, one of my best friends growing up, Irish, very strict Catholic.
Okay.
They don't believe in birth control. When you're listen, none. I mean, 7 kids, 8 kids, 10 kids. They don't. They're not supposed to take birth control. So I don't even know how that's happening. But I'd be curious to know the reason for those numbers. To be honest with you,
yeah,
interesting.
Well, and like I said, these days you don't know what's real or isn't. But it looked like it came from a pretty established whatchamacallit. But all right, folks, there you go. Another question, and I do agree. And I think a new study finds that women need more sleep than men because they use their brains more throughout the day.
I believe that for sure. I think, but I don't even think we're using it for the right reasons is the problem. I think women worry, they think ahead, they're worried about every single, this is me, right? I drain myself by noon. I mean, I'm not even kidding. 1 o'clock, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just exhausted by the time I get home. I think that, I need sleep. I'm going to go by that thing you were talking about. I think it was basically saying what time you should go to bed and wake up.
Yeah.
So it's saying what 7.5 hours of sleep is what maybe
right.
is.
If you get up at 9, if you go to bed at 9, you should get up at 4:30 in the morning. Now think about this. If you start work at 7 o'clock and you live in a city or whatever, you got to drive somewhere.
Yeah.
Say you live driving the half hour to work, 45 minutes to work. Makes sense. But the thing weird about this, it make it sound like they need way more sleep because the woman needs an average of 20 to 30 more minutes only per night. Allows their brains to fully recover and reset. So they do sleep longer than men because they need whatever it is, but it's only 20, 30 more minutes. And you believe it or not, those 20 or 30 minutes, you ever want to take those little power naps, they do work.
They do. Yeah, they do. I wish I could nap, but when I want to nap, that's when I can't because I'm waiting to fall asleep. If you only have a certain amount of time, it's when I'm laying there not trying to fall asleep and then you knock out and then you miss something or you forget or you miss whatever.
No, I agree with you. It makes a complete sense. I was watching new stuff on Netflix. I think we talked about this before. There's a good one. Have you seen Black Rabbit yet?
No, I heard of it. Is it good?
Yeah, Jason Bateman. When this guy first started as a kid, I didn't care for the guy. I knew his sister was more popular because she was on Family Ties.
Right, yeah.
But this guy, between Ozark
and
every movie the guy's made, he plays the same character. But this guy, he plays a bust out brother. You got to see it. I watched it called Black Rabbit, and the reviews are just. And if you get a chance, did anybody watch the part 2 episode of the Charlie Sheen interview documentary?
I didn't see that either. I want to see that. It's a part 2. Where's part 1? Is it?
No, it's part 1 and part 2. It's both on the same thing. It's 2 parts.
I haven't seen either one. Okay.
But I've always been a Charlie Sheen fan. I liked his attitude. I liked his cool look. I always liked him the way, but God, the stories. He said that the drug cartel in Mexico would stop sending him drugs, cocaine, because he did that much.
Holy shit. Well, what you could tell right now, he was doing an interview with, and I just caught a tiny bit of it with Joe Rogan. Actually, I think he was doing the interview with Joe Rogan when the news broke of Charlie Kirk getting shot. Yeah. But I saw a little piece of it on Facebook and he looked wrecked, but he's sober. But he's never going to be normal again. There's no way.
7 years, I think 7 years sober. He's HIV positive, so he's always had to take that medicine as well.
Yeah.
But was mind-boggling. His older brother or his younger brother was on the show, but Emilio would not be on the show. His father, Martin Sheen, was not on the show. They wanted nothing to do with it. John Cryer was on he was on the show.
Okay.
Sean Penn was a good friend of his. He was on the show. But the stories, I mean, he got his first prostitute with his dad's credit card at 15 years old. And the life that he had and the women.
Right. He was a star. And then you know how that just gets handed to you. I'm sure everybody took advantage of him. Managers, I mean, all these people probably keep giving you whatever you want so they can get what they want out of you. And they create the monster. I think
they do. And then when nobody around them. Yeah. And you know what? Look like Elvis when he was taking all those drugs, some of the guys that said, Elvis, stop, he would fire them. The people that really cared for him, Elvis, you got to stop this. You got to stop this. And during 2.5 Men, it was like after the second season or third season, he was just gone. But he knew his lines. Yeah. He knew his lines. He knew his lines. You know what I mean? And then at the third season, I guess he started, or second season, he started slipping a little bit. And that's where it was. But they still owed him all that money. I mean, he's wealthy. But I mean, everything that guy had to go through, he did it to himself, just like you said. He did it to himself, but you got to check it out, the Charlie Sheen documentary. You're watching Ocean Spitler show about big things. Let's talk about my good buddy, Jack Vena Landscaping. Now, the landscaping season is coming to an end, but you might want to call Tommy and hook up for next year because they have a lot of good stuff they do, folks. Their monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service, installation, and they've been servicing the northern Illinois area for over 50 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. And my good friend Wendy and Craig from Imperialux. Imagine putting your money to work for you and becoming your own bank. Taking your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson, Craig Cogman help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Give them a call at 630-890-1213. Wendy and Craig, tell them Tony O sent you. Get a free consultation. Especially nice when you actually talk to somebody on the phone. Do all the read up and research you want, but when you actually talk to person, you get some more information. I think it gets more done. Sure. Ocean Pit here on Tuesday, Twisted Tuesday. It's time for the weather, folks. That's brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. That's right, folks. Tuesday, September 23rd, 74 degrees right now, 72% humidity, 2-mile-an-hour winds. Looks like we're going to have 40% rain starting between 4 o'clock through 8 o'clock. It looks like it's supposed to rain all day today. So that is the weather brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. It's Tuesday. It's fun. We got some other shows coming up. Next Thursday will be October 2nd. We'll be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington. On the 4th, there's I'm doing a big show for the cops, the police officers. It's National Enforcement Day for the police officers. So thank you, police officers, for what you do. And of course, we're going to Arizona October 5th at Dulce in Scottsdale. And then the Columbus Day Parade, October 13th. We're excited, hope for good weather. And we're making a debut at a brand new restaurant called Chez Paul Hotel in Arlington Heights on Thursday, the 11th of October. Tony Ocean and Friends is going to happen November 9th. I'm meeting with Ron Onesti this week, and we're going to finally get it down to see the big show and who's going to be involved. It's going to be good. That is going to be Sunday, November 9th, Tony Ocean and Friends show. All right. What else we got here? Boy, wait, this is interesting. Hating people isn't a productive way of living. So what's the point in hating anyone? There's enough hate in the world as it is. And that was quoted by the late, great Ozzy Osbourne, who said that. I mean, hate is hate.
Hate is a strong word. Hate is very strong. And I've been telling people lately, I'm going through these years now. This morning I woke up and I'm taking my pills that are on my nightstand. No, it's like a vitamins, and I thought, boy, you're getting old when a whole list today just never stopped in my head today. So I took my B12 pill. I took my magnesium pill. I took my vitamin D pill. I took my thyroid pill. And I was like, what the fuck is happening to me? But, and this is age, right? It's happening. You're trying to take care of yourself. And I'm doing all these things and I'm thinking to myself, boy, you're old if I'm curling my hair and I'm thinking about my week ahead. I got to go to a wake. Okay. And it's for somebody that I grew up with, very, very close friends of ours on the same block. It's their mom, one of their moms and one of their grandmothers. and I was excited to go. This is the sad part because I want to see, she was a wonderful woman, had a long, long life. She was in her 90s. But I was so excited that I'm going to see all these people that I grew up with that I never get to see. But is this really my life now? Wakes and stuff and funerals. That's where I'm going to reunite with my people that I grew up with in my own neighborhood. I mean, it's sad to me, but it's my reality now. Right. And I'm just trying to
It's either that or high school reunions. And I have never been to one.
Yeah, I went to all my high school reunions, but they were fun. I actually had a good time at mine.
Well, you know what? My buddies go and they said they come back. They don't even recognize these people. Some of these people are so old. It's like, holy cow, we graduated the same fucking year.
Yes, you know what? That made me feel a little better because a lot of the guys didn't age as gracefully as a lot of the women I went to school with because I already went to my 25, 30 year reunion. You know what I mean? From high school. Yeah. So I don't know. It's nice to catch up. And you know what? You hear stories of what people remember of you, like things I don't really remember because I don't know, you were just being you. Yeah. Unless it was a big event that took place. But like they'll tell you stuff that they remember you might have said to them or done to them. But thank God mine were nice. They were good. So I felt good about myself. That
good stories. Yeah. And I don't think you would remember the bad ones. I don't remember hardly anything in high school. I remember getting caught robbing a house. Yeah. That when I was a kid. I remember choir singing in the play. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't remember anything except the meow, 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 and Morris the cat and all that bullshit of my name. But I couldn't remember events of anything. So that's
a long time ago, right?
Long time ago. I graduated in 81. Absolutely. All right. You win the lottery. This is a woman again. I don't know why they keep going for women, but here it is. Woman arrested for shitting on her boss's desk after winning the lottery. A woman decided to quit her job in the wildest way possible by taking a dump on her boss's desk. Police say she was arrested shortly after the celebration. Talk about leaving your mark at work. Would you do the same if you hit the jackpot?
Must have been a shitty boss. But
must have been a shitty job. Yes.
I mean, I would never do that. I couldn't shit on somebody's desk. First of all, I'm not pulling my pants down and doing anything like that anyway.
Well, you got to get on top of the desk. You got to get on top of the desk.
That's my problem. If I wasn't worried about pulling my pants down and my ass showing anywhere, I would probably do it.
But you have to stand on top of the desk. You have to stand on top of the desk, and then you got to keep your balance. Yeah, I can just imagine. Interesting what people will do if they win the lottery. Study, Carol, what you think? Study says dating a firstborn daughter could be one of the best decisions a man could make. Studies suggest dating a firstborn daughter comes with unique perks, often raised with extra responsibilities. They're described as dependable, mature, natural leaders, qualities that can bring real stability to a relationship. Their upbringing often shapes them into problem solvers, meaning they tend to be attentive, deeply committed partners. While everyone's personally and unique, researchers show firstborn daughters often bring level of reliability and maturity many people value in long-term love.
Okay, that makes sense to me. If your oldest sibling or girl, I think that makes sense because they're going to be put in charge of things. So they're going to have to know how to do all that and just take care of your siblings or whatever it is you're doing.
Okay, but I think you got more responsibility. Maybe the parents are a little harder on you growing up, so you kind of know what it's like. Dating an Italian girl is like dating a chef, masseuse, nurse, and a psychopath all at once.
I mean, I've heard that, but Greeks aren't far behind from what I've heard too. So I'm 100% Greek, but I can see that. But you know what? Pick your battles, guys. You want the crazy. I know you want the crazy in the girl. They say they're not worth dating if they're not crazy a little bit. So you want that little bit of crazy. So you're going to have to deal with the
little thing that goes along with it.
That goes with it, right? That's the bad thing.
Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. You ever wonder how they came up with names and stuff? This is interesting. Why is the emergency number 911? When 911 emergency phone number was put into it was going to be 999, but was changed for a very good reason because people used to refer to 911 as change 2. First, the reason it was changed was the original 999 rotary dial phones in those days. 9 took longer to keep the first 9 for technical reasons, but they changed the 1 for faster dialing.
Oh, see, because we forgot about the rotary phones. I forgot about the rotary phone. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Remember? Yeah, you would do it and then you'd have to wait. Like kids today would lose their shit. Like we would now too. But
my mother has a push button phone, but it's still on the wall. She doesn't have a rotary. We had one years ago of car, but now she does the push button and she doesn't know call waiting. She has it, but she doesn't know anything about it. So that doesn't happen. So that's about 911. It's interesting. I didn't know that. What's the strange way the bikini got its name? It was July 1946. A French fashion designer introduced a daring, skimmy, new piece bathing suit, but he didn't know what to call it. While trying to decide, he noticed newspapers had stories about the United States testing a series of nuclear bombs at a far-off small island in the Pacific named Bikini. The French designer wanted his new bathing suit to get media attention, and believe it, that's how the name came. Bathing suit was indeed explosive and named it after the island Bikini.
Okay, that's interesting. Like, we don't know where a lot of this stuff comes from, but it had to come from somewhere.
Some people probably don't give a shit, but there you go. Well, yeah. Wow. Interesting. That was one of them that was interesting. There was a couple other ones. Why are hot dogs called hot dogs? Hot dog got their name as a baseball game in New York in the early 1900s. It was a cool day at the game that day, and looking for something warm to sell, concession guy Harry Stevens went to the neighborhood butcher shop and was ready to buy a supply of warm sausages to serve the fans, but wondered how the fans would hold them. The butcher said there was a bakery next door, so Stephen went there and bought some buns to hold the hot dogs in. The hot dog was born, but it didn't have a name yet. The New York newspaper columnist Ted Drogan was at the game that day, saw vendors selling sausages and buns. The sausages reminded him of a dachshund dog.
Oh, dachshund.
A dachshund.
Those are the hot dogs, the logs.
Right. Yeah. So he drew a cartoon in a bun, the dog in a bun, and he called it a hot dog.
Oh,
so that's where the hot dog came.
Interesting. Okay.
What is the most eaten vegetable in the United States? And what is the most eaten fruit? In terms of United States consumption based on annual pounds per capita, the most eaten vegetable in the United States is potato.
Oh, okay. I was going to say broccoli, but I forgot about the potato.
Potato, and it measures up to salad. Many people might guess apples or oranges for the most eaten fruit, but the answer is bananas. The nearest runners-up is tomatoes. Yet it's officially considered, and then apples is number 3.
Okay.
Learning some new stuff every day.
It's all convenient. It's all about convenience, right? You get the banana and the peel. You can carry it around and just take bites out of it. I guess it's convenient.
4 bites. Yeah, probably four good bites, and you can get rid of a banana real quick. So there you go. Makes sense. A strange part of adulthood that no one talks about is we're all homesick for the place and time that no longer exists and that we can never revisit.
I saw something on Facebook and it said how we remember the 80s as kids during Christmas time. And I'm telling you, it made me cry. It had music, of course, behind it. And it showed all the decorations and the lights, and then the old looking house with the Christmas tree and the presents. And just like, it was so different. It just had a different feel to it back then, and it's true. It's like, that's what you remember. You want to recreate it for your kids. You don't know how exactly. Can it be recreated? Because life is so different with cell phones and social media. I don't know. It was sad.
And then the people aren't there. If the kids maybe don't have grandmas, or they had grandparents at one time, maybe they were there. Aunts and uncles were there when they were little. And then as they grow older, it's, you're lucky to have mom and dad both alive.
Yeah. And together too. That's another thing. And together, like, with a lot of people don't stay married. Unfortunately, things happen, and there's a lot of divorce. So many of these kids grow up and they don't even get to have both their parents there on Christmas morning. It just sucks. It just really sucks.
But then some people say, well, now you have two Christmases.
True.
You go by mom's new family, you go by dad's new family, and there's a lot of people that do that. And
for sure.
Maybe that works. Maybe that works. What I think they should do when it comes to divorces of a point, what I'm thinking is, what if they made it a rule that when you got divorced, somewhere in the paperwork or whatever the hell it is, that you don't rip on the spouse in front of the children. In front of the children.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in
they should be penalized. There should be something that penalizes them if they do. Do you think that's smart or no?
Oh God, I mean, I don't know how do you prove it? How do you prove it unless the kids say it to somebody? Right, but they do make you take like classes. When you're going through divorce unit, and that's the one main thing they talk about is don't talk shit about the other parent. Like, let the kids, if there is a problem, let them see for themselves. Or if I never want my kids to feel that way about me, of course, I don't want my kids to feel a certain way about their dad, because growing up feeling shitty about not liking or having issues with your parent or a dad or a mom, you know what? It's only going to affect them.
Wait a minute. Now, does it make a difference how shitty he is, or a difference how shitty she is?
I think it makes a difference, but I still don't think you should talk about that, because the kids are definitely already seeing it. If they're that shitty, the kids know it, and the kids are already being affected by it. They don't want to hear, I'm sure, the other parent saying it, because you don't need to. The thing is I always overcompensate and try to say something good, or guys, like I had a 10-year time and period of my life I didn't talk to my dad. Listen, as you get older, you're going to regret that. You're going to, unless they did something so awful that's unforgivable, but most of the time it's not. And, life is too short. And I see so many people that don't talk to their parent for 10, 20 years or to the end of their life. Then they get sick. Then they go back for those last 3 or 4 weeks of their life or month of their life, and they take care of them. And then they get it all out. And all it took was a conversation, like some serious conversations, and open up. And
the first person will pick up the phone. Or stop
just
by the house.
Just do it, because waiting till the end, God, I can't imagine how many regrets and that feeling you're going to have, because get it out of the way now, have your argument, have your talk, be honest. It's not worth it to be with your family member, your parent, 4 months before they die, and you didn't talk to them for 20 years. Is it worth it? I mean, is it that bad? I think that's something I want to tell my kids, forgive.
Like I said, we don't know their situations, what people live like. But to imagine that, or the last word you said to your mom or your dad, like, fuck you.
Right.
And then either they die or you get in a car or whatever the hell happens. That's the last word you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Good,
I agree.
Good or bad.
Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty scary. Dogs can bark up to 500 times per day. That's just a rough estimate.
Oh man, we need a drummer behind this show.
We need it. Now wait a minute. This is sick. And I'm not even gonna be able to pronounce some of this, so bear with me, because I'm not good at this shit. McDonald's chicken nuggets. People love them. Okay. Contains carcinogens. What is it?
Carcinogens?
No, carcinogens. Substance tamamine monomerate, which is used in construction to hold the roads together. This is in McDonald's chicken nuggets.
And how is that legal to do? Doesn't it go through the FDA? But see, this is what we're talking about here with the FDA and food, what's in our food, and why everybody has cancer, for God's sake. Right?
It's crazy. And it makes you wonder too now, even where we're talking about President Trump was on there saying that Robert F. Kennedy thinks autism has been brought on by the Tylenol, giving babies Tylenol as younger kids are thinking they're finding it out that autism might be from getting too much Tylenol. I don't know if that's true. Some people love this Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I do. I like him. Some people don't. So I don't know. Is it possible?
Yeah, I think he's going to be doing what needs to be done. And guess what, guys? He came from a lifelong bloodline of Democrats. And, he's doing what's right. And is anybody bitching about him being on the administration now? He was a Democrat his whole life. Came from the most famous family of Democrats, okay? He's doing what he needs to be doing. This is for our health and to get this shit out of our food that we eat every day. It's everywhere. You don't even want to feed your kids anymore. You're like, oh my God, I want to give them this. I don't want to give them that.
No, I agree with you 100%. Makes a lot of sense. You're right. We do need a drum because here it is. No, wait, but here's interesting. There's a bathtub. Okay, Carol, a bathtub filled with water right in front of you. You have a spoon, a cup, and a bucket. What's the fastest way to empty the tub?
Get in it. If I get in it, it's
no. Wait. How do you get the water out?
The bucket.
You have a spoon? A bucket?
Yeah, that's fast.
No, the fastest way is to empty the tub is pull the plug and let the water go.
Okay, I knew it. I just figured
there you
I
go.
get
So
in
with a spoon. There you go. Spoon. Oh my God.
I learned something about myself last week.
Good.
I learned something new. So you know how we talk about when people say things if they've been drinking too much or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I learned last week that I can no longer and will never drink just straight up martinis ever again. Dirty martinis, by the way. They were on special. And I don't even drink them because I don't like the taste of alcohol.
Yeah, I don't drink martinis. I couldn't help you with that.
Me neither. And now I know why. And thank God I haven't done it before like this because I only had like 2. And I didn't eat all day because I'm trying to lose weight.
But it's all alcohol. You know that, right?
No it's shit. I used to make them. I was a bartender for 30 years. I was like, they're tasty, but I went off the rails a little bit. AK came out. AK is my alternate. Okay. Not too many people have seen AK. Okay. AK came out and I feel kind of bad about it. I apologize a little bit here and there, sprinkled some apologies.
But you know what? You can work that off. You can
no more martinis for Carol. Not like that. Chocolate I could do, but no straight up none. I can't do it. I
know my buddies, they drink some of that stuff and they can drink it all night long. And I don't know how it's all alcohol. It's like just having shot or just Jack on the rocks. Or a drink on the rocks, at least. I mean, my God! And they put a lot of strong. And most of those martinis are strong. They're not watered down.
Wait a minute. Oh, AK-47. I was like, my nickname is AK, right? And Michael Angelo said AK-47. I actually say that all the time. I go, it's AK, and they're like AK-47. I'm like, yeah, probably. I mean, she's a little cray-cray.
There you go. See that. Wow, we covered a lot of stuff today, and this is interesting. And this is an interesting question: who else has been who else has been with their best friend for more than 25 years?
Oh wait, you mean married to your best friend or a
who
friend?
Who else has been with your best friend? Your best friend. If you've got best friends, have they been best friends with you for 25 years or more?
40. I have 2 of them for over 43 years. 2 of them. We grew up on the same block across the street from each other. We were like 3 and 5 when we met, and we still are close. It's and then a lot of them from when I was 8 years old. So I met a couple of girls in grade school that we stayed close to this day. So maybe a handful over 40 years. Yeah.
I've got some that obviously we get in fights often there, blah, 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 but I mean, I've been lucky. I've had some friends for very long. And then I've met some new friends that you meet them. I mean, like Jeff Hunt, for instance. All right. Jeff, I seen him with Seventh Heaven a couple of times. I'd see him. We'd say hi. We'd nod to each other. Hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. I know he likes smoking cigars, so I'd give him cigars every time I see him.
Yeah.
There you go. Give him a cigar. And that was it. It wasn't like there was a big conversation. Here's a cigar. Here's a cigar. Here's a cigar.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's one of the nicest guys in the world.
He really is. And like Gina too. Gina, for me, 1 year, a little over a year. Listen, in 1 year, the amount of things we have gone through, talked about, experienced. The chronicles. I mean, our story. I mean, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm 25 or a teenager. We get into the dumbest shit, but we laugh. And honestly, I just think that happens. You meet that person sometimes, and you feel like you've known him forever. And Jeff is a great, genuinely nice human being too. Like, I mean, I feel so lucky having met a lot of the people that I've met through your show, and that's why people don't understand.
Right. They're all
that's
great.
why I like going. You know, I like seeing all these people. They're great people.
They're good people. They really are. I mean, there's drama everywhere. Obviously, we know that.
Yeah, always.
That's just part of whatchamacallit. But they're just genuine, nice people. And here, I think, is something that really sums it up for me. I think this makes sense. I'm pretty bold most of the time. My mouth, I don't hold a lot in, good and bad. People have told me that. I guess, you know, but think about this. This goes out to anybody that's like that. The point is to be so bold that people can't tell if you're brilliant or you're crazy.
Well, how about a little bit of both? A little bit of both.
Now, isn't there true? There's a fine line between genius and crazy.
I believe that.
Fine line. I
just
do
add martini.
Well, there you go. If you add something to it, right? Exactly. Taylor Swift now. A lot of people, these big celebrities now, are all getting this more security. Taylor Swift's team has heightened security following the disappearance of a 45-year-old Colorado stalker, Brian Jason Wagner. Taylor obtained a temporary restraining order against her stalker in June, but he has since disappeared, and not even a private investigator has been able to track him down. The team has to be hyper vigilant because it's talked so many times. Wow.
That's scary. Listen, no one should have to deal with that. I mean, I know you're in the public eye and everything, but these crazy people are out there. And you know, what was kind of sad, that memorial, I didn't get to sit and watch that whole memorial for Charlie Kirk, but I watched bits and pieces of it. Did you see they were all behind that glass, the plastic bulletproof thing? And you know, it's going to be like the way of the world now. These people aren't going to go in public anymore without having that security precaution.
I agree with you 100%. 100%. It's 1 o'clock, folks. 1:02. But you know, when you got some good stories, you keep talking. Time goes by so fast.
Yeah,
guys. Unfortunately, we got to go today, folks. And just remember a couple things tonight. We will be Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle. Thursday, Positano's in Oak Brook. Friday, Chicago Prime, and Saturday, of course, we'll be at Taverna on Division. We got birthdays for Tuesday, September 25th. Harry Connick Jr. turns 58 years old. Jimmy Cornette, Corny from the wrestling, WWF, 66 years old. Twiggy, she was a big star in the 60s, is 96 years old. Lita Ford, 76 years old, excuse me. Lita Ford from the Runaways, and she's a big rock star, you know, back in the 80s, 67. Chuck Norris, karate master, 85. Cass Elliot, Mamas and the Papas. Sophia Loren is 91 years old. Richard Keel from James Bond. Stephen King, 78 years old. Bill Murray, Saturday Night Live. Dave Coverdale, great vocalist from Whitesnake, celebrating a birthday. The first punk rock and roller female, Joan Jett, celebrating a birthday. Vince Amore, good buddy Vince, entertainer in the Chicagoland area. And the great saxophone player with the Main Event band, Danny Ramondi, celebrating
happy birthday, Danny.
Danny and his cousin, ex-sister-in-law, I think, another great singer in Chicago, Stella Ramondi's birthday is actually Thursday. So happy shout out to Stella. Happy birthday to Gina's son. And Gina's
Dominic.
Dominic's birthday, and her dog. I don't know the dog's name, but happy birthday to the dog. There you go. And that's it on that. So, all right, let's get to our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop a local. Our friends from Ace. Don't forget to download the Ace app. All new Ace app downloads receive a $10 coupon just by downloading the app. We're brought to you by our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. A proud sponsor of Ocean's Pit. the Tony Ocean Show, and the Columbus Day Parade coming up on Monday, October 13th. That's Ace Hardware. And guys, don't forget Mama D's breads are back already for the fall and also for the holidays. Pumpkin apple spice, caramel apple, pumpkin chocolate chip, $11 each, $6 for mini breads or 2 for $10. Get them while the supplies last. Contact Natalie Bosch on Messenger or call 847-533-0400. Guys, thank you all. Carol, thank you for being on the show. Good luck with your thing today. And guys, remember, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment, be kind to one another. It's a tough world out there, and just because you're offended, change a channel, turn to whatever you do. Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. And
Danny Casola says it's his birthday today. Today's my birthday, he said. Danny,
happy birthday, buddy. Hope to see you and Buddy and the guys soon. Happy birthday, Danny, out there. Yeah. Guys, have a great day. Enjoy life. Peace and love. Back tomorrow, same time, same station. Bye-bye, everybody. Take us out. Nick Hodges live from...
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Peace and love. Thank you for watching Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things.